Okay, guys. I'm here Washington, D.C. at the White House. I don't know, maybe somebody will come and do a little interview. Some folks are a little shy. They don't like to be put on the spot, and I totally understand that. There's the White House back there. I don't know. That fence in front of it is pretty large. It seems like when I was younger, I remember seeing pictures. I just don't remember it being that large. It's about 20 feet. Beautiful structure for sure. Let me see if I can get anybody to come talk to me. My phone battery is running low. I don't really have much to say about the White House. It's just like I imagined. Beautiful, nice. I'll say the lawn is immaculate. But nonetheless, here in Washington, D.C., I'll turn around this way. We got the Washington Monument. I don't really care too much for it, but it's pretty nice. I always wondered if it was supposed to replicate like an Asherah pole. Let's see what else we got. How you doing? Hey, you guys want to do a little? Hey, you guys want to be on a YouTube video real quick? Y'all want to be on a YouTube video real quick for Conservatives of Texas? People are shy. I don't blame them. United States Marine Corps. Would you like to do a little interview real quick?
No, thanks.
Okay. Appreciate your service. How you doing, sir? Boom. I'm on this little fence post, so I got to be careful. Let's see if anybody is going to be game. Is that your family? Well, I got to get somebody. New York Jets. I don't think anyone's going to come out and do any interview. Where's my brother when I need him? Ruben. Hello. It's clearing out all of a sudden. So they do have Secret Service up here at the front. I guess they moved on over to the, I don't know, east or west. Not too sure. So the White House, where Joe Biden resides, and Kamala Harris, and the rest of the crew. I guess what I can do is go ahead and say a little prayer while I'm here over the area, the venue. Jesus, in your mighty name. Oh, okay. We got a. Huh. Maybe I could talk to her real quick. There she is. Okay. Free Palestine. Hey, would you like to come do an interview real quick? Conservatives of Texas. Conservatives of Texas.
The Conservatives of Texas?
Yeah.
What do you believe?
My name's Alex.
What do you believe?
Well, I heard you saying Free Palestine, and I just thought I'd ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
So, where are you from?
I'm from upstate New York, rural upstate New York. I got relatives in Texas too. I do. Yeah. Austin. Well, they've been all over. Yeah.
Well, I was just curious. The Free Palestine. I've seen a little bit on the news. As far as our state, I've seen a lot of it at University of Texas and some other campuses, I believe. So, what is it that is concerning you about that situation?
The starvation, the degradation,
Yeah.
the lack of humanity. I didn't start out this way.
Oh, really?
I believe the hostages should be freed.
Yeah.
I don't think of
Really?
myself as a radical, but I'm Jewish.
You are?
I am, but I think that the course that Netanyahu is on will not free any hostages.
Yeah.
And I think that the only solution at this point is to give people their humanity back. They
Yeah.
need a country of their own, not just an open air prison.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say.
Well,
You asked.
I was just going to say one thing. Some people have mentioned that the area there is really a large area is constituted by a lot of Palestinians in that area, and that Israel is kind of being pushed into the sea there. Have you heard of that argument?
Israel's being pushed into the
Well,
sea.
it's kind of a smaller
It's the
area.
opposite.
Isn't it?
It's just the opposite. Do you know what
Israel
percentage of
keeps
the country
expanding
is
their border.
Well,
Israel?
that's what I'm saying. If you look at the maps, it looks like a larger area is constituted of a lot of Palestinians. Seems like it. I mean,
No, if you look at maps over time, please do,
yeah.
because it's a smaller and smaller and smaller area.
So, what would you say the
That's-
ratio is Israelis to Palestinians? The last number that you.
Well, it depends what you're
Is it 10
counting.
to 1,
You know, it's
5
about
to
it's
1?
about half and half in the
Is it
whole
really about
country.
half
I
and
think.
half?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's possible it's 8 to 5. It's there's 2 million Palestinians just in Gaza
Yeah.
who are in that real open air prison, and there's
So-
another million or more in the West Bank, and then there's 2 million who are Israeli citizens who live in Israel proper. The
So
UN
that-
divided the territory
Yeah.
into
48, right? Is
in
it going
in
back to
48
Mhm.
into, I think it was something like 57% of the country went to the Jewish state,
Mhm.
and a smaller piece went to Gaza. And since then, the area that under any kind of Palestinian
And how did
control
that come about?
has gotten
Was
smaller and
was-
smaller and
was that
smaller.
some type of British thing, or
Well,
what?
yeah, back
what had occurred?
back in
Rockefellers?
1919,
It was a British mandate
Okay.
to
back in
to
nine-
set the borders.
back in
Sure.
1917 was the Balfour Declaration, and in 1919 the British basically the British gave the territory to each of
Sure.
them. But
Sure.
but yes, that was the
So in this last
But-
effort of what happened, we hear different stories, and I'll just tell you the one that that Hamas and went across and did what they were doing. What was, in your opinion, how true is that? Is that pretty accurate that they did cross over and start doing
absolutely
things?
yes.
What
Well,
was
no,
the-
wait, start
what
thing.
was
No,
the
wait a
reason?
second.
I'm just asking.
You use the term start things.
No, what was
The
in
issue
that
with
last
starting
altercation?
things is, when are you starting from? Are you starting from when the majority of the territory was Palestinian Arab,
Well,
and then the European Jews came in? I mean, they had no place else to go. It is true. The
Yeah,
world was kicking
yeah,
us around.
I'm with
me.
you on that. People
But
will
when do
choose
you
where they want to start
start?
from. But this last
And
altercation,
then-
One on October 7th.
yeah, what was occurring there? Where you hear about the paragliders and all that, all those instances. What was that about?
Hamas crossed the border
Mhm.
and murdered 1,400 people.
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
what
that-
happened. They
that's-
took a lot of hostages.
okay. And so, did Israel respond in the way they should have? Do you believe, or should?
I think Israel was perfectly within their rights to go and try to arrest and stop the people
Mhm.
who came across the border
Sure.
and those who
sure.
sent them there. But do you think that 2 million people were that?
Yeah, I'm not
Do you
too
think
sure.
the
By
people
the
who
time
are
we get the
literally, have you
information,
seen
it
the
gets a little
pictures?
jaded.
What news do you watch?
Man, you know what? I try to stay away from any news.
because
I really do.
this has been at the top of
You're
the
right.
news for
Yeah.
months.
Well,
And what you can see is that after October 7th, Israel responded.
Yeah.
And they went in there and they've just leveled
yeah.
Gaza. They've leveled all the buildings and they've killed, I don't know, 30,000
So
people.
what would you like to see?
80% of the housing.
Yeah. So we're right here in front of the White House, and you were saying your declaration.
Yeah.
What would you like America? What would you like the Biden administration to?
Stop funding the bombs and start funding food and medical care. That's
Okay.
what I'd like them to do.
All right. And
Will
so
you join me in calling for that?
well, I have to look into the situation a little more. Now, the Ukraine situation, is that an exploitation of a situation as well? I mean, what are your thoughts on the Ukrainian situation? Do you think that we have a right to fund that?
We have a right to. So Ukraine,
Hmm.
which was a democratic country,
Sure.
was invaded by Russia,
Okay.
and there's been a war, and we're supporting Ukraine in the war effort.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going that well.
Yeah. What Putin has said is that basically
You got a
they
picture?
they're on his porch now, and he doesn't really have a lot of choice in the matter, But like I said, but
Pictures here?
yeah,
Zoom in
you
on
can.
this. This is the
Oh, yeah.
same child.
Put it right here in the camera, the best you can.
And I can't.
It's kind of bright. It may come off better once I look at it, but
I want you to look at it.
yeah, let me look.
Okay. This is the child a few months ago,
Uh-huh.
and that's the child now.
Yeah, pretty
Okay, Do you
starved.
think that's okay to do to people?
Of course not.
I think our $14 billion should be going to that.
And so, who's approved? I mean, what could Biden do to stop it? Yeah, that's pretty horrific. What could Biden do with this Congress?
Yeah.
We have to be someplace. So.
Yeah, we'll let you go.
I don't think
30
Biden,
seconds.
I don't think it's Biden's decision to stop
Yeah.
it. It's Israel's decision,
Sure.
and Biden doesn't control Israel.
Right.
So
But it's our decision whether to fund it.
Yeah.
Whether our country should
Yeah,
be
there's some
funding
green
this
light
or not.
happening.
This-
Report like you were mentioning
Yeah,
earlier.
I mean, he's calling. He's saying it's over the top. He's saying it's too
Yeah,
much.
for sure.
But he's sending billions and billions. It was 14 billion. I don't know whether yesterday, the day before's
Yeah.
3.8
Yeah.
billion is in addition to that or was
Yeah,
part of that. I'm
sure.
not sure.
Well, listen, I appreciate.
But
you
that's
guys'
way
time.
too much money.
And,
So are you going to tell me where you stand?
well,
Do you think this ought to stop?
I'm a precinct chair for the Republican Party there in Amarillo, and I stand with Jesus Christ. That's where I'm at. And
What
I
do you
pray,
think Jesus
and I pray to the Holy Spirit. And war is a horrific thing. War is a horrific thing, and I would like to look into the matter on the aspect of not really getting the information from one news source or another, because we know how that works. So I would like to
What do you
really,
think Jesus meant when he said turn the other cheek?
well, Israel
That
and the
was a
Jewish
big
nation,
difference.
those are his people, which you said you were Jewish. So are you Jewish as well?
No.
Oh, no. So, I support what the Word of God, what the Word of Truth says. I would really hope and pray that we could all come together in truth and figure it out and know what's going on. And it's almost impossible for me to give an answer for where I stand when it comes to the information that's being funneled out. We don't know what that source is. It gets so complex. But I will say
Do
that
you
I
think
stand.
People are not starving
Well,
there? Do you think that's a lie?
I'm sure it's happening. Yeah. But here's the thing. I stand. Me
UN
personally.
just yesterday, the UN Secretary General
Yeah.
stood up and said, "This is 1 million people. There are something like
Yeah.
4 stages of famine," and he said that half the country is at stage 3 and the other half is at stage 4.
Yeah.
Do you believe he's
Do
lying?
you? Well, I'd have to look at the. Do you believe we're being invaded? In our state at the border. Do you? What are your thoughts on
Oh,
that?
that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, but
I-
anyways, we got to protect our people all across the
Do
board.
you believe in
listen,
capitalism?
I'm a conservative.
Yeah. Do you
Healthy
believe, I mean,
healthy-
I believe in capitalism.
Healthy capitalism.
Okay.
I believe
Do you know
someone
the
can
principle, the main Adam Smith principle of capitalism
get. What's that?
was that both labor and capital
Mhm.
should be free to move where the jobs are and where the labor is.
Yeah.
Do you believe that's happening? Right now, capital gets to move
It's-
across
it's-
borders
it's
and labor
manipulated.
doesn't.
I think it's manipulated.
Right now, capital
Yes.
gets to move totally free across borders.
Oh, okay.
And
I
does
see where you're-
labor? Does labor?
I see where you're getting, but it can also be manipulated. Supply and demand in
Certainly
today's day and
can.
age can certainly be, if you look into it in the depths of the inner workings of how things can be created as demand and manipulated, it's a little Sorosy if you don't watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, it's really nice
Yeah.
talking to you guys.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that
And
y'all
I hope
took
you'll
the time.
join me in calling for some kind of humanity, like finding the humanity. Like, what would Jesus do?
Yeah. I hear you.
Jesus, the whole thing was that before that there was an eye for an eye, and Jesus was the one who said, "Turn the other cheek. Revenge is only going to keep leading to more and more revenge." And I think Jesus was right in that.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Well, God bless you.
Take care.
You have a
Thanks.
great day. Okay. Bye bye. All right, guys. Well, it's a good interview. I liked it. I'm going to sign off now if I can find there it is, and head back onto the hotel. God bless you guys. Bye bye.